The Deep South's oldest rivalry. A rivalry that has given us the prayer at Jordan-Hare, that gave us a 2017 series where Auburn dominates in the regular season, Georgia dominates in the SEC title. Georgia has controlled this game for a while. They have not lost since that 2017 game. And yet, the hatred and the anger and the desperation have never been more plentiful. Before I continue, liking the video, watching the video all the way through, and commenting your thoughts down below are the best ways to support the channel, as they help push me into the algorithm, help me to receive a larger paycheck that I can use to reinvest in producing elite analysis for you all. Subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, sharing the video around, and supporting us in other ways that you can find out via the description are other awesome ways to support our operation at College Football with Sam. We are becoming the best. We want to be the best. Thank you all for making that possible. If you don't believe me, tell me with a straight face that Auburn can afford to go 0-3 in SEC play, and Hugh Freeze keeps his job, and some of those nice wide receivers, nice defensive players, and their DC, DJ Durkin, don't leave for shinier, healthier, greener pastures. Tell me that with a straight face. You can't. You can't do it. You cannot honestly do that with how this team has looked. They played Oklahoma and A&M within a score, and they got physically pounded. If they lose this game, the odds that Hugh Freeze is here next year slip from shaky, maybe mildly confident, to discouraging, to unlikely odds. Georgia's favored by 3.5 points here. They're the 10th ranked team. Their only loss is to an Alabama team who I think is a national title contender and who has the argument to be power rated number 1. Auburn's 2 losses are to Texas A&M and Oklahoma teams who are combined 10-0, both ranked top 10, and according to some, both power rated top 10. I think the odds that one of them is certainly power rated top 10 are pretty high here. Looking at these teams and what they bring to the table is quite fascinating. I think that both of these teams are really strong defensively, and that is their identity. However, what I will say is that I believe that Georgia has some problems at secondary that Auburn could take advantage of with their receivers, Malcolm Simmons, Eric Singleton Jr., Cam Coleman. If Arnold is protected and can throw, that's all on his center, Connor Lew, Xavier Champlin. Georgia can match what Auburn does on the defensive front, but secondary for Georgia, they have issues there. They've had issues defensively this season. Same with last season. Offensively, I think that on paper they were built to do similar things. Both have strong wide receiver groups, quarterbacks with questions, but enough upside and legs to make things happen, solid offensive lines and running back groups. Auburn's offense is a total disaster, and Georgia's, while I think is better than last year, they definitely downgraded at quarterback. I think Beck with this Georgia offense would be phenomenal with that supporting cast. He would be incredible. The key players for this game, I look at Georgia with Christian Miller, C.J. Allen, Raylan Wilson, K.J. Bolden, Jonel Aguero. Can they get the same pressure on Auburn that A&M and Oklahoma did? Can they? If yes, then Georgia wins. Although, to be fair, Auburn on the road has played those teams within a score, despite that trench mismatch. But I think Georgia's better than both those teams, and especially so offensively. And with Georgia, can you run the ball? Auburn has prided themselves on being awesome on the defensive front. You can't run on them. Your quarterback can't escape from them. Can Georgia establish themselves as the more talented team everywhere offensively and maybe give this Auburn defense fits that it hasn't had since the Baylor game. And for Auburn, again, can you protect Arnold? Because if not, you're probably losing. And can you not just protect Arnold, but maybe even get right? Can your offense have a get right game against this Georgia defense? Sounds shocking, almost sounds heretical, that you would get right against Georgia's defense, but Georgia's defense hasn't looked the same since 2022. 2023, they regressed. They regressed more in 24. I think they've improved on the defensive front compared to last year, but they've regressed even more at secondary. This unit does have some issues to work through. Georgia, look, they're the more talented team, but they're playing on the road in a rivalry game. The last time they were here, they nearly lost to Auburn in Hugh Freeze's first year. So that, along with last year's game where Georgia won by multiple scores, but Auburn outgained them, these staffs are familiar with each other. They have some matchup edges over each other that they are going to exploit. I do think that this will be a close game. My big issue here is I think Georgia's defense is going to lock down this Auburn offense. I don't think that their disadvantage in pass defense is going to matter that much here, because while their corners and safeties will get beat by these Auburn receivers, Arnold won't be able to hit them with the pass protection that he has. And while I think A&M and Oklahoma have better pass rush than Georgia does, Georgia's better run defense, and they're stronger on the defensive front than those two teams are. So I think they'll make Auburn really one-dimensional, and the game will be entirely on Arnold's back. Don't trust that. Meanwhile, Georgia offensively will do enough with their receivers and QB and running back room, because I think they have the more balanced offense to move the ball enough to get enough points, so that with a superior staff and a deeper and more talented roster, they will come out and emerge victorious. So Georgia wins. I think that the Bulldogs cover as well. It will be another year where Auburn won't get right against Georgia. And I don't know if this game is exactly a referendum on Hugh Freeze, but if you lose this game, you have got to probably win all but one of your remaining games. And with how this offense has looked, and Hugh Freeze is this offensive guru, that's what we've been told, and I do think that he is a great offensive mind, these struggles are even more disheartening. But I don't think that even with Georgia's defensive struggles, that with the way Auburn's offense is played, they're going to have a get-right game against this unit. Georgia will win. Georgia will cover. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure, if you haven't already, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment your analysis and thoughts down below so I can reciprocate my thoughts with you in the comment section, and check out anything on these end screens that are up here. Whether it's a recommended video or playlists for teams that I'm talking about in a preview, prediction, or a reaction, make sure to hit the notification bell on those, scroll through them, and watch any suggested videos if you are interested. Thank you for helping college football with Sam become the best and the biggest college football brand and channel on YouTube and other social media platforms. We will reach that one day because of your support.